Hello, my name is Byron Lewis. I graduated from Kansas State University with a degree in elementary education in 2019. Today, I am here to talk to you about teaching basics one-on-one with a focus in instructional strategies. There are 5 categories of instructional strategies: direct instruction, indirect instruction, interactive instruction, experiential learning, and independent study. We're going to go through each one, and I'm going to give some examples of what I've done in my class. First, we have direct instruction. This approach is considered teacher-centered. The teacher is the resource for the students. This includes lecturing, questioning, and teaching from slides. Direct instruction is necessary at times, but I would try to avoid this as your sole strategy or even a strategy that you use most of the time. As I said, you're the resource, and a lot of the times you're going to be the resource, but this we want to keep to a minimum. It would be best to do this if you're introducing, I would say, a new unit or concept. Tips, I would say, at the elementary level, it's really good at direct instruction to get down on their level. You guys are sitting at the carpet and things of that nature. In secondary, I would say it is appropriate for you to be at the board, kind of lecturing to your students. Indirect instruction is the teacher acts as a facilitator. So again, you are a resource upon request, but not necessarily their only resource anymore. It is learner driven and requires high learner involvement. This is a great opportunity to capitalize on student interest. No matter the level that you're teaching, your students are going to be interested in something. I would incorporate that into your lesson. A lot of the times, indirect instruction is a great segue after direct instruction. So if you're introducing a unit, then you can move on to indirect instruction, which some examples would include case studies, problem solving, and reflective discussions. My tip would be reflective discussions because that gets the students thinking about what they're learning and asking those questions and sort of kind of questioning each other. Next is interactive instruction. Students discuss and share out often with the strategy, so get ready for a noisy classroom. Students are able to listen, observe, and express interpersonal skills. This helps develop social skills. It helps them question others. Again, as I talked about with indirect instruction, they're questioning each other, getting to think about things in a different viewpoint, and they're thinking about things deeper. At the elementary level, this will be the tip of the iceberg for critical thinking. And then at that secondary level, you definitely want your students doing some critical thinking with interactive instruction. Examples of this include debates, role-playing, simulations, and cooperative learning. In this photograph, I have got my students simulating sleeping like a bat by hanging from their chair. If your principal walks in, just explain to them it is for learning purposes. Tips for this would be definitely you want to keep your classroom in control, but don't be afraid of a noisy classroom. Make sure that your classroom can be loud. I always say, we always close our door because we're loud, but we're learning. So I would say just don't be afraid of a noisy classroom, but make sure that you are doing that role playing and the simulations definitely.
Hi everyone, Tom Vance here from Kansas State University. I have a question. Are you ready to change careers and transform lives? Or perhaps you've looked into becoming a teacher only to find significant obstacles of time, money, and inconvenience. The Master of Arts in Teaching program is a powerful, fully accredited online program that is ranked in the top 20 by U.S. News & World Report. The fully online MAT program not only earns you a teaching license in your home state, but also a master's degree at the same time, all from your home and in just 12 months. We invite you to join hundreds of professionals from around the globe who have chosen K-State's MAT. Please check out more information about our award-winning program, including our new residency programs, by visiting the website below. Thank you.
Next is experiential learning, probably my favorite. This is learner-focused, activity-oriented, and hands-on. This focuses on the learning process and not the product. Think of it as a journey, but you're not so much worried about the destination. Students are able to reflect on their experiences. As teachers, we are always reflecting what went well, what could I do better? We want our students doing the same thing. So in this, we can kind of come together and model that for our students. The 5 phases of experiential learning are experiencing, sharing or publishing, analyzing or processing, inferring or generalizing, and lastly, applying. The great example of experiential learning are field trips. We've got here this selfie. We are on our way to the zoo to kind of finish up our science unit on animals. We have got another picture of us at the skating rink, and then another one where we were at the pool. We actually got to go to a public pool every Tuesday and Thursday at springtime, and kids were able to learn to swim. And there's just nothing better in my opinion, than hands-on learning. Also, outside of field trips, you can do a lot of experiential learning in your classroom. This would be not limited to field trips, but again, like experiments. So science experiments, math experiments, manipulatives, all of this, again, as long as it's activity-oriented and hands-on. A tip for experiential learning would be don't be afraid to experience it with your students. A lot of the times I think we as teachers are like, oh, this is for them. But I say that learning with them and experiencing with them really makes it a better experience for both the teacher and the student. Lastly is independent study. This is students showing what they know. Learners are working, studying, writing, researching on their own. This can include partner work or small group work, but this fosters independence, self-confidence, and self-efficacy. Examples of this could be research, essay writing, and journaling. Here we've got a photo. I just got students who are working independently. A tip for this would be to make sure that you are a quiet presence. When they are doing independent study, you almost just kind of you don't want the students to even know you're there. Of course you're there, but really independent study is them showing what they know. You were just kind of in the background. I would say the most effective teachers use all 5 of these strategies. Our learners are all different. So again, using these strategies, seeing what works best for your students and blending them together. Teaching is an art, so you're always going to be learning, evolving, and just refining your craft. But the most effective teachers use all of these instructional strategies. And what's most important is that you're doing what is best for your students. I love this profession. Welcome to the profession. It is tough, but it is worth it. I would say the best part about being a teacher is our proximity to students and being in student lives. So that is really, really a big responsibility. So take it seriously and welcome to the teaching profession. Again, an effective teacher blends all of these strategies together. It takes time, it takes practice, but the most important part is that you are doing what is best for your students. Everyone learns differently, so blending these instructional strategies will really ensure the best success. I wish you a great year, and again, welcome to teaching.